Okay, the canvas that's dry. It's actually cured for about a week now. I haven't posted the video that I did to make this one yet, but it was a test run. I don't like the way it turned out. Some of the colors muddied up. The black came through an awful lot more than I wanted it to, and it just didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. It didn't dry any better, and so I'm just going to cover it. But I'm going to do a new method that I want to try. So I took a little cup and I poked a hole in it wide enough for this funnel to sit on this and still be touching the bottom of the canvas so that it like holds it. And I'm going to fill the funnel full of paint and then lift up and do a pour and see how that works. I actually got a 3-pack of funnels. I got the smaller one, a larger one, and a medium one. It says it's a cooking set, but I don't know what you would use funnels for in the kitchen exactly. But I got all 3 of them for $1, so I'm not out any real money if this doesn't work, but I wanted to try. And I'm going to use the leftover paints in all my bottles. I've had them upside down so that all the paint comes out from my Ocean Wave pour. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades of blue, 2 golds, and a copper, and some white. None of the bottles have silicone in them. I may squirt some silicone in here after I get it so full of paint to a certain point. Okay, my chair's not happy with me today. Okay, and there's really not much white, like that's what's left in the bottom of the bottle. So if I think it's not enough, I may mix up a little more, but for now I'm not mixing any more paint. I'm just going to use what I have. Okay, so I'm going to start maybe with some of the brown, just because it's on the bottom, so that's going to be a color that helps it flow. And all of the beach themed colors are metallics, which should give me cells, so I may not even worry about silicone. This is a cobalt hue. And with the cup there, even if some of it gets out of the funnel, like if the funnel doesn't stay completely against the canvas, it'll stay in the cup. This is a Caribbean blue. Yeah. But before I wash these, I want to try to get all of the paint out so I don't have any waste, because I do not like wasting paint. So that one's ready to be washed. Oops. Okay. This is a turquoise. I know, it makes the weirdest sounds. But the goal is to use up all of the excess paint. I'm going to add the antique copper. I'm actually going to untwist the tip on this one because it is a smaller bottle with a smaller tip, because there was not much of it. And sometimes the copper tends to take over a painting anyway, so maybe it's a good thing there's not much. Okay. And I mean, it gets pretty much all of the bottle out. There might be a little on the cap, but I'm going to wash all that, so it won't matter. Once I squirt it, I'll know which gold this is. This is the Craft Smart Metallic Gold. I know. And because there are metallics here, I should get some cells. They just don't like me today. This is a Color Shift Blue Flash, which normally creates cells. The flash and the metallics normally create cells. Got a little bit in the cap. I wonder if I can shake out. There you go. Use all the paint that we can. Set that there to be washed out. This one is a Blue Sapphire Metallics. And it's taking a little longer to do the paint, but I don't really want to waste paint, so I want to make sure I get all of it. This is a Tuscan Teal. I'm gonna put what little white I have. I may have a little bit more white. I'm thinking if I take this out, it may, and of course, let me see. There we go. These are the little tips on the bigger bottles. The smaller bottles have different tips that they come with to choose from. I'm going to set the white to the side because I may mix a little more white up. Let's see, I have the pure gold metallics from Folk Art. And this one, these Folk Art metallics tend to sell up probably more than any of the other metallics that I have used. Like really sell up. This is a bright blue from Apple Barrel. I'm going to swirl it in because I think, if I remember correctly, it's one of the heavier blues. And it tends to sink and help mix the paint up. This is the last of my Color Shift Aqua Flash, so I just mixed it up in the bottle, and hopefully I will get some soon. None of my local stores carry it. I have to either drive 2 hours to get to the closest Michael's, or I have to order it and wait weeks. So, Aqua Flash so far has been my favorite flash that I've had. Probably partially because blue is my favorite color, but it's probably also partially just because of the way it dries. Which you'll see when I show the ocean pour that I did with these colors. The way it dried was just awesome. I already see cells popping up, and I know that that's the metallics because there is absolutely no silicone in these paints. This is the last of the Craft Smart Gold. So I've used all of that, a little bit of that left. I have a little more cobalt hue. Actually, we'll probably have enough of it for another painting. But I use it a lot, so it doesn't matter if I still have some of it mixed up. Those are all empty. Okay, I'm trying to think if I need to make a white or anything, but I think I'll just go with this. Add a little bit more of this brown. This is a custom brown. It's a mix of nutmeg brown and the Craft Smart Gold Metallics. It was actually a custom color that I made for a client for her wedding. And that is the nutmeg brown mixed with a little bit of white. And I'm going to add a little bit more. Let's see, I have cobalt here, I have bright blue. I think I'm going to add a little bit of bright blue and then I'll put a little cobalt here. And then this should be enough paint. But because it's not a cup, I can't really tell if it's enough or not. And I would hate to have too little. I would rather have too much and it can just come down here on my plastic. Oop. Nope. That's not cool. And it could just come down here on my plastic and make a skin. Because my thought is when I lift it up, it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna go down in the same color that it is in the order that it is in here. I think it's gonna shoot from the center and then pull out. So I think it's gonna be kind of interesting. And I don't know if I want to pull this funnel up first and leave the cup there and let it all shoot in the cup and then pull out, or just pull them both. I think I'm going to pull them both at the same time. So, and actually what I'm going to do is bring you down because I actually want you to be able to see this. I hate turning it, I don't know. Okay, so you're going to lift them both at the same time, so I'm going to give you a top view and the side view. Yeah, it's pulling down through this. Whoa. This might be an easier way to do a tree ring pour. But look at all the browns and golds. Oh, look at all those cells in the cup. And it's almost done, so in just a second I'm gonna move it over. And set it down. I love all those cells. That's awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna sit you back up. Sorry. Let's get you focused. Maybe. Okay. I think I want to torch it before I tilt. I did not realize that all the golds and that brown was gonna do together like that. I put a lot of blue in here. Like, there was like 8 or 9 blues and only 2 golds and a brown. So I definitely thought the blue was gonna take over. But I mean, there's rings in here like a tree ring. If I had done it slower, it may have been just an easier method to do a tree ring pour, in all honesty. The copper normally takes over, so I didn't do much of it. But in all honesty, I don't see copper. Maybe it'll come out and move that back to the center before I move it this way. And the same here, I'm going to move that brown back to the center. And then I'm going to come down here to this corner. Move it back to the center. And then come down to this corner. Okay, so my blues are coming out now. And then I want to move that back to the center. It's a little hard to see from this side. Okay, I'm going to sit it down for a second and cover the edges while I decide if I want that brown to be centered or off-centered, or even if I just want to put it like on a corner. Because I'm actually kind of digging this. Let me see if there's any room on my rag to wipe my hands. Bill, my boyfriend, who paints some off and on when he's doing construction, had a whole bag of painter's rags. And they are sitting in my living room, which does me no good because I need them in here. But I will try to go bring them in later. Okay, so I really like this. I'm gonna do one more real quick just to see if any other cells are gonna pop up. And then I think I might pull that to the bottom, but I really like these swoops, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Do I move it? Do I leave it alone? Such a hard decision. I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna pull you guys down and let you see an overview. And then we're gonna start right down here in the bottom right corner. I see the metallics coming through. I hope you can tell all of that metallic. And you can see the rings, even some of the fainter ones. And then there's some really cool lacing right here. Okay, so I like that. There's some cells popping up. I feel like more cells will pop up. And then we've got the center. I see some of that copper there trying to come through. Down to the center. That brown was really dominant right there. That's the only thing I was questioning. I see a little, you can tell that it's metallic. Look at the rings in this corner. And then up, I love that lacing. I love the rings. More lacing, like really faint metallic lacing. And some more rings. There are already some more cells popping up. And then here we are. I actually really like this one. I can't wait to see it dry because you can just see the metallics. It looks like little bitty specks of glitter. That is so awesome. And then I'm going to have plenty. Oh, there, you can see the glitter really good there. That's awesome. Well, I say glitter, but it's not glitter. It's metallics. Okay. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, let everybody know. I'll put the links to my Facebook page for my art, and I'm going to put a link to the Wish app where I got the bottles that I had my paint in. When we hit 100 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway.